Moving on. Let's move down to quarterbacks. J.J. Rattering. Obviously, Colt Brennan, huge career. He's actually perfect for this league. I think we all are excited about him.
When I left college, I was the most accurate and most efficient quarterback to ever play the game. I just blew it up.
I believe he was a finalist or runner-up for the Heisman.
Yep. He has the ability to be dynamic in this league.
He's had problems off the field. Let's not erase those either.
What is the baggage?
Got into a really bad car accident.
All I know is I woke up 6, 7 days later, badly broke my collarbone, and then just had like this, on the x-rays, it was just like crack, 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 all the way down my left side. I woke up and I still am, I'm a different person, you know? I mean, I suffered minor TBI, traumatic brain injury. I just have a small scar, you know, on my brain, but it's in an area that makes you impulsive and emotional. And so I've had to learn how to control that.
Although technically fighting for a spot against 9-year veteran J.J. Rattering, the entire LA Kiss franchise is betting on Colt Brennan's return to form in order to lead the team to a championship.
So, you know, it's just going to be a battle there. We hope.
It's the spot we wanted in, boy.
We hope. Obviously, with Colt, there's a rust factor there. So we don't know what we're getting out of him. We have not seen him throw live.
I asked myself, do I want to play again? And I was like, I have to play one more time.
The bottom line is, March 1st, we're going from 35 guys to 28 guys.
The night before the start of training camp, the players share their first team dinner. It's a chance for everyone to bond with their potential teammates and learn a bit about each other.
Well, good thing you're all right, man.
But yeah, just like today when I went through the physicals, every doctor was like, dude, you should be fired up that it was 2010, the end of 2010.
Were you kind of nervous going into physicals today?
No, because I did it 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I was okay.
Yeah.
While the players share war stories, coaches Bob and Scott receive some unsettling news they must share with co-owner Brett Bushy.
Colt Brennan.
All right.
He seems to have passed everything physically. The hang-up right now with him is the neurological things, right?
Did he go through the concussion protocol?
He went through all that stuff. Everything looks positive, but Dr. Luke is not going to pass him until he talks to his neurologist. We're expecting him to come in and compete with JJ and be possibly our starting quarterback. You know, JJ's prepared to compete, but everything you hear about Colt and just talking to him again more and more today, he wants that spot, and he's pissing. You know, he's got an arrogant attitude to him that he's going to win that job. If Colt doesn't pass this test, we could be screwed. I mean, it's up.
Back on the field at training camp, practice marches on. Bob and the coaches study every player invited, and no one more than Colt Brennan.
Colt, you graduated from where?
Hawaii.
Hawaii, okay.
It's been 3 years since Colt has thrown a football, and the coaches are eager to see if he lives up to the legend.
Really excited to see Colt out there today. Non-contact practice. You know, he'll just get a chance to throw it. I mean, to see how he picks up the game. Obviously, it's going to be different for him, but, you know, he's a talented guy, so we're excited to see him.
That's it right there. Good.
As soon as you take that pre-snap read and you see it's man, I mean, you know, like sales shooting every time.
Today being the first practice, it was nice. I got to see the actual arena field for the first time, you know, as far as how the dimensions were. So I got to actually get a feel for how this game is, how fast it is. Because the field is only half of the width of a normal football field, everything happens so fast and so quick. So you had to make sure you had your feet set, ready, quick feet, and make sure you get the ball out early.
I was like, oh, I should watch this, and the end came by and just clubbed me. As far as competition goes, quarterback, obviously, there's only one that gets to play it, and so it's a decision that's a tough one, but it's not ours, and we're going to have to help each other no matter what position we're in, and I hope that Colt feels the same way, and I know that I do, and at any point, the other guy can be in there, and you just have to keep that mindset.
Co-owner Brett Bushy calls an emergency meeting with the coaching staff. Bob and his team may be angry with the lack of proper equipment, but Brett has a much bigger issue to discuss.
First of all, I'm extremely upset that we're actually here. I got a call from Dr. Podesta, and he said that Colt Brennan had not passed his physical.
He passed his physical part. Knees, elbows, shoulders, everything's good.
Cleared,
He's physically
not
clear.
Not cleared by the neurologist yet.
So we have yet to see this kid throw.
I want to see him throw. By the end of the day, no football player can go on the field unless he's passed his physical.
If he had a shoulder injury or something else wrong that would have hindered him throwing.
Don't do the doctor's job. Don't guess if the guy's all right. And to put a guy who hasn't passed his physical on the field, you guys put the company at risk.
We have yet to see a guy that we think we want to be our star quarterback eventually. We haven't seen him throw a football.
This is not a football decision. This is a fiduciary responsibility that all you guys have as coaches.
One thing that I have done as a head coach in the time I've been a head coach is have the safety of my players my main concern. I knew I wasn't going to put Colt at risk out there throwing the ball in 3-on-3. There was no pass rush. I wasn't going to put him at risk.
That's not
so
what
I know
I'm
I wasn't
saying.
going to hurt him.
A guy runs into him, freak things happen, and you can't have that.
When you question my judgment of protecting the players, that kind of insults me.
I understand that. This, though, you put the company at risk. We got lucky this time, because if it happens again, heads will roll. I mean that.
Training camp is just 2 days old, and already the coach's hands are tied. Having been forced to sideline quarterback Colt Brennan for the time being, Paul and Gene are equally excited to see potential face of the franchise, Colt Brennan, in action. But a brain injury from a car accident continues to keep Colt on the sideline.
Hey, let's go, D. Let's go, baby. Not up right here.
Hey, should Colt be even throwing?
No, I just told him that.
Colt, can you come here for a sec?
Let me holler at you for a second. We got to wait for all the neurological stuff coming in, so they're going to sit you out. You know that.
Yeah.
And just make sure we're not throwing and doing anything else. Just sitting on the side and watching everything.
This just sucks right now. It's always frustrating. I mean, you come out here and you have to watch practice, you know, and you want to be doing it. I'm physically healthy. I can do all the stuff that we're doing right now. But at the same time, when you're in these situations, you know, you learn a lot watching, you know, and so that'll make me this much more excited, you know, when I do get finally cleared, which I think will be today, hopefully.
We've got the initial test results back from Colt Brennan. Our doctors, they're very, very concerned about this brain trauma, and there are some red flags that have come back where if they're confirmed with further tests, he's not going to pass our physical and he wouldn't be able to play for us. We're going to go through and be very conservative with our concussion protocol. We need to put that player's health above anything else.
What would happen if he actually played a game? What could happen?
I mean, if he gets hurt, it would be catastrophic. Potentially, you could die. I mean, if you have...
What? This guy could be risking his life getting on the field.
I've been cleared before to play, so I didn't think it was going to be that hard. I wish I was on the field doing something.
Colt had a chance to be the best quarterback in the Arena Football League. And now we have kind of an aging veteran in J.J. Raderink.
What's old in the NFL?
32. So
that would be considered old?
J.J.'s not going to get better than that. My point is he's kind of hit his ceiling, but let's just cross our fingers and hopefully everything comes back and Colt's magically okay and his extensive head MRIs come back and they look better than we anticipate and he can play.
When will we know?
I think we'll know in a matter of 48 hours.
It's devastating for us because he's the golden boy waiting to take the field.
Needless to say, not the best way to start off the season.
But before that happens, they need to address the issue of Colt Brennan, whose test results have just come in. As the presumed face of the franchise, if Colt isn't cleared to play, it will set back the entire LA Kiss organization's plans for the future.
We got your results from your MRI, and we brought Brett down here right now to tell you.
I spent a lot of time with the neurologists. Based on what they're saying right now, I just don't think that they are comfortable with you going out there and playing football because of the accident that happened in 2011, the intracranial bleeding, the persistent neurological dysfunction. It's a minor miracle that there's not more brain damage.
I thought this was just going to be a procedure thing until, I got the testing done.
I don't know if that's the case.
And I'm so confused on can I get second opinions? Can I still...
According to our doctors, there's some damage up there that you could get seriously injured if you take a bad hit to your head. They're saying that you need to give up on football with what's going on.
Wait, I might not be able to play football?
How I look at it is, maybe this was a blessing. I'm a big believer in God does things for a reason. You know, he brought you here to maybe do great things.
I've had a 3-year battle trying to figure out how to bounce back from this brain injury. And I felt like I was supposed to play football again. And now I got to figure out what needs to be done. Football doesn't define who you are. I got everything in the world I'd ever want. I know I'm happy. I just got to figure out how to bounce back from this brain injury. My grandfather gave me a book about Vince Lombardi quotes. This thing just stood out so much, and it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up. I mean, that quote resonated with me so much, and I've watched it basically become my life. So I'm just trying to get back up again.